Hello and welcome to Launch Day. It is early afternoon in New Zealand as we count down to today's launch from Pad A at Rocket Lab Launch Complex 1 on the Mahia Peninsula. And we are 6 hours into launch preparations at the pad and in range control and mission control, with T-minus 17 minutes and counting on the clock to lift off for our 19th launch of the year. So thank you for joining us. My name is Muriel Baker and I'm here with Kim Thompson from our Neutron Structural Analysis team to take you through today's launch for the Career Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, known as KASA.
Thanks, Muriel. It is great to be here for this beautiful summer's day on New Zealand's east coast. What a stunner. Now, today's mission will deploy a single satellite called NEONSat 1A for KASA. It's heading to a 540-kilometre low Earth orbit on a southern trajectory from New Zealand out over the Antarctic at a 97.4 degree inclination. Now, we've called this one Bridging the Swarm after we launched the beginning of the Swarm mission for KASA in April last year. That one kicked off their planned constellation of satellites to capture near real-time imagery of the Korean peninsula. Now, NEONSat 1A will link communications between that first satellite and the next 10 that will form their constellation, hence the name, Bridging the Swarm.
KASA's mission is to build a constellation that can image the Korean peninsula multiple times a day. And the constellation's operators will use AI to combine satellite data with existing information that will help them to track natural disasters like earthquakes and forest fires and respond quickly to national security events. And as the countdown clock draws on, let's take a closer look at the NEONSat constellation.
KASA's NEONSat constellation is a collaboration across multiple Korean academic, industry and research institutions, including SATRIC, the Korean Aerospace Research Institute, and the Korean government's Ministry of Science and ICT.
Okay, it is T minus 12 minutes, 50 seconds and counting on the clock. And we are heading into the final check of pre-launch operations with the go, no-go poll run out of mission control. Now, today's launch director, Julia Wembacher, will poll our launch operators to check that all systems, personnel and range conditions are ready for liftoff. This is our final decision point before proceeding to launch, and we are looking out for all goes once that poll begins at T minus 12 minutes. So let's bring up the audio channels now and listen in.
To all operators, LD on mission code, we are proceeding with a go-no-go sequence, starting off with stage.
Stage is go.
Avionics.
Avionics is go.
GNC.
GNC is go.
Beacon.
Beacon is go.
T1.
D1 is go.
GC.
GC is go.
PLS.
PLS is go.
RSO.
RSO is go.
MET.
MET is go.
MM. Let's go. LD sub. LD sub go. The go-no-go sequence is complete. We are currently T minus 11 minutes and 18 seconds and counting. We are go for terminal count order sequence at T minus 10 minutes. From this time, the freeware procedure is in effect.
Fantastic. As you just heard, we are green and good to go for today's mission. Electron and our operators are ready to proceed with the final countdown sequence to launch. Now, this mission will be our 19th Electron launch of the year, the 15th to lift off from Launch Complex 1, and the second in 2 weeks from the same launch pad. It has been a record year for our rocket, with more missions launched this year than we've ever flown annually, and we're on track to extend that record even further with today's launch for KAIST.
And at T minus 10 minutes, 32 seconds and counting to liftoff, operations are proceeding nominally at Pad A. And we lifted Electron vertical around 5 hours ago when preparations began for today's flight. Kerosene loading began soon after Electron went vertical, and the weather balloon data from earlier in the count told us that we are 85% favourable for launch today, with clear skies and low ground winds.
As that countdown continues, it's time to take you through the Electron rocket on the pad for today's mission. This is our 77th Electron launch vehicle overall, and it's designed to carry up to 300 kilograms to orbit per launch. Electron stands 18 metres or 59 feet tall with a diameter of 1.2 metres, and most of the tanks and structures are made up of carbon composite. This is a lightweight but very strong material that brings down the mass of Electron without sacrificing its structural integrity. At the top of the rocket within its nose cone is Electron's kick stage, our orbital transfer vehicle, and that is what KAIST satellite is attached to. We use this platform to accurately place the payload exactly where it needs to be on orbit. And for missions like KAIST that are focused on collecting images of precise locations, specific orbital placement is everything. And that's exactly what Electron's kick stage is designed to deliver.
As we make our way down the rocket across stages 1 and 2, there we go, we use our own 3D printed Rutherford engines. And stage 2 has one Rutherford engine that is modified for spaceflight, while the longer and heavier stage 1 has 9 Rutherford engines at the bottom. Now, at liftoff, these engines produce 50,400 pounds of thrust to get Electron off the launch pad and onward to space. And each one of these 10 engines are powered by high-voltage batteries, which provide power to the LOX and kerosene pumps for the engine's high-pressure combustion. They are the first of their kind to use this kind of propulsion system, and with today's launch, almost 800 of these engines have been made and flown since Electron's first launch in 2017.
Now, speaking of first launches, alongside our record year of Electron missions, the team has been laser focused on preparing to launch Neutron, our much larger and reusable rocket that's scheduled to debut next year. Neutron is more than twice the height of Electron and about 6 times as wide at the base, and like Electron, Neutron is made of carbon composite as well. That will make it the world's largest carbon composite rocket that's ever launched when it takes to the skies from its test, launch and landing site on Wallops Island in Virginia.
Now, to power a rocket that big to deliver 13,000 kilograms of payload to space, you need a powerful rocket engine to take it there. And while we build and test Archimedes in NASA's Stennis Space Center in Mississippi, we are looking for the best and brightest talent to help us out. So let's take a quick look at what goes on at our Archimedes engine test complex.
Should be able to get into it. That looks pretty solid. Gonna go at our facility.
Yeah, I think Stennis is, to me, the mecca of rocket engine testing in the country.
Energy here is always at a high level. I think everybody enjoys what we do. They take pride in what we do.
A lot of people come from a lot of different backgrounds, some in testing, some in aviation. That comes a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill sets that we could teach each other.
You come to work and every day looks a little different than yesterday. You just consistently have to always be on your feet and thinking. At the same time, it's pretty awesome because we're seeing things that, likely other people haven't seen before. And then at the end of the day, you're test firing engines.
We have fun, but we know when it's time to buckle down and get serious, it's all hands on deck. At the end of the day, we know what the goal is and we know how to accomplish it.
Prepping these engines, testing these engines, any reconfigurations that need to be done, any hardware swaps. There's a lot of work that goes into it. We all have the same mindset of if there's an issue, then we just have to fight through it and we're going to the next one.
I think one of the reasons why I'm here specifically is because I love getting hands-on on the engine and making those changes in real time.
And my last job, it was repetition, so you do the same thing every day. Here, I like it because it always keeps you on your toes,
We are empowered with a lot of responsibility in making things happen. And again, because we have such a small team, we get to wear multiple hats.
There's only a few of us in the world that's allowed to touch the equipment that we're allowed to touch. And we have a brand new program at the tip of our fingers.
Archimedes is going to be in its own class of rocket engines. And so we're doing things that have never been done before.
That is so cool. Those hot fire shots are absolutely amazing, and it must be incredibly exciting to be on that team, bringing Archimedes to life. Now, just remember, for scale, the Archimedes engine has nearly 30 times the thrust of Electron's Rutherford engines. It is a beast. So if you're interested in getting up close and personal with our new engine, make sure you take a look at the open jobs on our website at rocketlabcorp.com.
While we were playing that video of Archimedes, the operators in Mission Control called a hold, and so we're going to listen in to learn more now.
LD stage on mission.
Stage LD.
Stage terminal board checks complete. LD GC on mission.
Copy. GC LD.
The stage 1 igniter vocals are primed.
Copy. T1 LD mission code.
LD-T1.
Please book a ground station coverage for the end of the window. Let me just confirm the color cutouts for you.
Copy.
LD evening mission.
LD mission code.
X706 complete.
Copy.
LD GCL mission.
GCLD mission code.
LV secured on the pad and ECS enabled.
Copy.
While operators are assessing the reason for the hold, it's worth pointing out that today's launch does not have to happen in an instantaneous window. We have just under 30 minutes remaining in today's window, which gives us just enough time for a recycle attempt.
And the weather remains green, payload is healthy, so let's just sit tight to see if operators reset the clock.
And to all operators, LDN mission code, just heads up, we are trying to recycle for the end of the window. So that is local time, 2:21:44. We still have quite a lot of steps to do, so it's a bit unclear if we will manage in time, but we are on it. And to all operators LD and mission code, please continue to monitor your critical systems and be prepared for go no-go call on restarting of the count.
Okay, we heard it there from Mission Control that the team is looking to target the end of today's launch window at around 2:21 p.m. local time while they work through the remainder of the count. So let's check in on Mission Control and keep those audio channels up in case we hear more. But otherwise, again, we are resetting the clock and likely targeting a new launch attempt at 2:21 p.m. local time. Okay, as you can see in the top left-hand corner of your screen there, the clock has reset and we're counting down from T-minus 22 minutes, 8 seconds and counting until our next launch attempt at 2:21 p.m. local time.
And to all operators, LD and mission code, just another heads up, we have set a new T0 right at the end of the window. We're currently T-minus 20 minutes and 28 seconds and counting.
As we can see, the clock has been reset and is counting down once again. Electron is still destined for space today. We are now at T-minus 19 minutes and 51 seconds until liftoff.
Okay, we are at T minus 15 minutes, 43 seconds and counting until liftoff for our 19th Electron launch. Now we have another gate to pass before liftoff, and that will be a second T12 minute poll. Now this is when all operators in mission and range control will assess the vehicle and ground systems to determine that we are still go for flight today.
What we want to hear is, of course, greens across the board. So a few minutes until that poll, so let's keep an ear out for those calls.
And to all operators, LD and mission code, we are proceeding now with the go-no-go sequence, starting off with stage.
Stages go.
Avionics.
This is go.
GNC.
GNC's go.
Recon.
Recon is go.
T1.
T1 is go.
GC.
GC is go.
PLS.
PLS is go.
RSO.
RSO is go.
MET.
MET is go.
MM.
Is go.
LD sub.
LD sub go.
The go-no-go sequence is complete. We're currently T minus 11 minutes and 19 seconds and counting. We go for terminal count order sequence at T minus 10 minutes. From this time, the freeware procedure is in effect.
Great news there from Mission Control. That is greens across the board for our T-minus 12-minute go, no-go poll. And if you take a look at that clock, we are now T-minus 10 minutes, 45 seconds and counting to our liftoff attempt today.
GCLD on mission code.
LDGC.
Proceed with sequence 58, pad terminal checks.
Copy sequence 58 in work. Stage 1 igniter pressures verified, hydraulic pressures verified, LDGC on mission.
GCLD.
Pad terminal checks complete.
Copy, thank you. Avionics LD on mission code.
LD avionics.
Proceed with sequence 59, avionics terminal checks.
Copy in work. Suspended switch to high power for flight.
Stage LD on mission code.
LD stage.
Proceed with sequence 60, stage terminal checks.
Copy sequence 60 in work. Stage 1 and stage 2 high voltage battery ready for flight.
Hold. And to all operators, we just called in hold and we're proceeding with the abort actions.
We heard it there from Mission Control. There's another hold that's been called in the count. So at T-minus 8 minutes and 7 seconds, we're pausing here as operators assess how to move forward. Okay, with the limited time remaining in the window today, we won't be able to recycle for another launch attempt, so we are standing down from today's launch.
So with that, we'll be ending today's broadcast too. But the good news is we have plenty of backup opportunities in the coming days, so we'll be back again soon for our 19th Electron launch this year. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here soon. This is Rocket Lab Mission Control, signing off.